Welcome to Evilive, the live media commentary show that answers a question.
Where was Cameron?
Where Cameron left to? Cameron just sort of showed up out of nowhere. Can you fire a cop's pistol with zero consequences? Subscribe if you're new to the channel, because today we are going to review What We Do in the Shadows, Season 5, Episode 2, A Night Out with the Guys.
God damn it. I want one of these nights. I mean, I don't want one of these nights out. Because this is a real world.
Yeah.
And we'd go to prison for a very long time.
100% we would do.
But god damn it. If there was any way we could recreate this, even with the end, like with the ending, I'd in a fucking heartbeat. That looks like so much fun.
So your initial thoughts are positive then?
Yeah. I was laughing so hard I was choking.
For sure.
God, this is so
There's
fun.
so much about this episode that was so great. Because really, we just continued the exploration of the character dynamic from the first episode, which is crazy that after 5 seasons, or after 4 seasons into the 5th, we're still uncovering new dynamics between the characters. And not little things.
Yeah, especially with the intro. Like, that was such a weird setup where it was like it was almost like a BTS type thing, because they're setting up to do an interview. They're talking about their lav mics, all that shit, and they're getting ready to like fight or something. And it was so weird. It was jarring, but it was funny. It's like, okay, let's see where this goes.
And it just really set up, well, this is going to be about the dynamic between Laszlo wanting to use charm, wit, and wisdom? Charm, wit, and something. I can't remember the 3 damn references. And Nandor just hypnotizing everything to make plans go. Which then we, of course, explore throughout the rest of the episode. I love this episode so much for so many reasons that we're going to get into here shortly. It was directed by Kyle Newachik. It was written by Paul Sims. And it was the second in the double premiere on this past July 13. Chris, hey, long time no see. Good to see you, man.
It's been a hot minute.
I know. So, we start with that weird behind-the-scenes cold open of doing the interview, which is every episode. You have to have that in a mockumentary or any reality show. And so we all understand the dynamic of it. You know, they don't have to sell it to us at all. And just seeing their sort of interplay, I think, is great, because I keep bouncing in my head back to, like, that old episode where they went to finish each other off.
Yeah.
He's just like, hey, I'm still going. He's like, oh, you want to? I won't tell if you won't tell. All right. And then you just go in the bedroom. And so I'm thinking, we already know. We've already explored everything about the dynamic of these characters. But no.
No, never.
Still more. Vampires are infinitely interesting.
Yeah.
And then we get to see that really awkward, just like a casual sitting room scene. Everyone's just sort of chilling out. Just having a good time, just being their normal, banal, boring selves, and then the guide pops in, and I think,
always over the top. Always over the top.
I think she was the weirdest part about this whole thing. I'm not sure how she fits in. Like, I don't know if she's playing it up in this set.
I think that's part of the character, though, is like in the last season, her interactions with everybody made sense because she was the business partner with Nadja, and that crumbled. But she still wants that camaraderie that she had previously, even though there's no reason for it. So she's just going to like force herself in. Yeah. So it's awkward, but it makes sense.
I do really love when she jumps over to the writing desk and Colin's like, I'm going to be sitting in that chair in a little bit. And so she has to get up and move. It's just like they're doing everything they can to make her feel like an outsider. It's so fucking great.
Oh, it only gets worse, too, when Nadia's crying. No friends! Not even one. Not even one!
No female friends.
As she's sitting there holding her hand. And nothing, it's like, God damn. Who hasn't been there before?
Yeah. We get this really it's so strange of a setup, because it was very much like, okay, we're going to split this episode between these two groups, and we don't really have a good smooth way for that to go. So we're just gonna be like, all right, well, we're going to go out with the guys. And the guide was like, so is it just like come one, come all? And he's like, I'll call you later. And just walks out. He's like, you don't have a telephone. How do you? And so that's their rough way of splitting the group so we can have the two different storylines going on. But we don't just have two storylines. We have three.
No, we got 3.
We still got Guillermo to deal with, which is amazing. So I think there's arguably nothing as hilarious as the normal neighbor who's just an overaged dude bro.
Mm-hmm.
Just like living his best life with his friends, drinking the $8 bottle of wine.
I mean, that's fucking classy, kid. Like, fuck.
He's like, why are you putting ice? That's an $8 bottle of wine. You're ruining. He's like, this is what they do in France. They just yell at each other to talk.
Well, and then it just keeps getting worse and worse. You'd never been to France. I got a cousin from Quebec. Yeah, fuck it, blah, blah, blah. It escalates so rapidly. Oh my God.
So much so that
so goddamn
you
good.
get thrown through the damn window of this wine bar that they're at. The cop shows up. It's an old buddy of theirs. And just Nandor being the dumbass. So there's these guys. And what we know is there's these guys and there's this window. And he can't get past that because Laszlo's just mocking him for wanting to solve every problem with hypnosis. So he's trying his best to be like Nandor. I'm sorry, like Laszlo. And failing miserably at every moment. Oh, God, it's so funny. But just seeing the interaction between Laszlo and the guy from high school.
Oh, my God. He's just stroking that motherfucker's ego. Like, he could have got away with it.
He was totally buying it, too.
Oh, yeah.
And they fucking put the I can't think or talk at all today. The handcuffs around the dude's ankles. He's like, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. I love how he talks. Everything is just,
Yeah.
So great. And so they steal the fucking cop car, which is always a great idea when you're already drunk as shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Go out to a park or something, crash it.
And not even just crash it. Like, they straight up flip the fucking thing. And then homeboy gets out. I didn't even spill my wine. And he's holding it like some sort of fucking Neanderthal.
It's so great.
I just love how he holds that glass. It's like it looks so out of place in his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude should definitely be drinking a Coors or something. Not a fucking glass of wine. And just the way he drinks it, too. He's like just barely letting it touch his lips. And he's like, ooh, that's good. Like this $8 bottle of wine is gold.
Yeah.
It's like Cristal, but wine. So anyway, like the guy's like, hey, I found his gun. And like, whoa, I've seen some movies. You can't, we got to get this gun back to him. Put it down, empty the clip. And he just empties it in the air. It's fucking hilarious. And the cops show up. Nandor tries to leave. Laszlo calls him a bitch or something like that, a coward. And so they stay and all the cops show up. Is it true what they say about cops in New Jersey or something? I wanted to know where he was going to go with that.
Yeah.
And we just end up with him in jail.
Well, I think that was part of the funny thing is it's just it makes you think about it. I was like, fuck, okay, what the fuck was he gonna say? I need to know this now.
It was definitely gonna be something gay.
Yeah.
100%. Like you measure your batons, you see who has the bigger gun. I don't know, we could come up with 1,000 possibilities. And probably none of them would be as funny as what they don't say.
No.
Oh, it's just so great. So anyway, that's when we get this really heartfelt moment between the two of them in the prison cell where he's like, look, I've always been kind of jealous of you because I can't really do that. I can't hypnotize people effectively. And clearly my wit, charm, and whatever the third one is doesn't work all the time. And Nandor immediately is just like, well, let me take care of this then. And then just goes over the top with it in a wonderful way.
Yeah, so good. Because the last experience we got was him tripping on a stair at an NBA game. So he walks down there and hypnotizes the entire fucking stadium just so nobody remembers that he tripped, even though nobody fucking saw it. And yeah, it goes so over the top. Like everybody's saluting them as they're walking out. Yeah, and he's like, I just told him to let us go. And I might be Captain Sully and you're, I don't remember what.
Thomas Selleck from Blue Bloods.
That's what it was. Tom Selleck. Yeah. So fucking.
The whole time I'm sitting here going, I love Tom Selleck. I love Tom Selleck's mustache. I would make love to Tom Selleck's mustache if given the opportunity. Like growing up, Magnum PI, Tom Selleck in his short shorts.
Yeah,
that was a man.
That was a fucking man.
That was a goddamn man.
Yeah, like if him and Lemmy can wear shorts that short, and still be gods among men. Yeah, that's what real men are supposed to wear.
I should just try it and see what happens. See which nut flips out. We can place bets on whether it's a left or right. Oh man, we'll both lose because it'll just be both.
Right? You'll cough and just,
don't squat. Just stop the squatting. There's children in prison. Yeah, it would be a nightmare. It would be like when we went to Dinosaur Park and my fly was down the whole time. Totally normal.
I fucking forgot about that.
I didn't forget at all.
Oh
it's
man,
burned into my part of my shame list.
No, that's understandable. That was an excellent trip. It was an excellent,
It actually
excellent
really was in all form of definition of that phrase. So so then we quick. I don't know. Let's go to Guillermo next because that.
Yeah, because Guillermo doesn't really have a huge part in this. It's more so him going back to his buddy to be like, oh, what the fuck happened? And then he goes to see Count Afanad,
who's just so great.
And just for no fucking reason, he's full body now.
Yeah,
beautiful. No, it doesn't matter. That's fine.
I don't care.
Awesome.
I
like we are finally getting a true Doug Jones performance because it's Doug Jones with just a little bit of makeup and a wig, and it's fucking great.
I wonder why they just said, fuck it. Because we were introduced and he was like in all prosthetics.
Uh-huh.
And then he lost half of his fucking body.
Yeah.
And then wasn't he like no, that was the oldest vampire one that was like in a toy or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there some? I can't remember. It's been so long. But anyway, I loved seeing him. I thought he was hilarious. I love how it's just this question. Like, you could be the oldest vampire known to exist and still not have a clue about what the hell's going on with vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he's even referring to like the eldest, like that gargoyle dude. And it's just so funny. Like, their dynamic, because it's so nonchalant and so old couple.
Yeah.
But they're fucking vampires. It's great. Like the old, I really should know his name, but he's sitting there building a fucking house and just chatting it up with Afanad. It's so goddamn good.
It's so beautiful. And then they go to test out a theory to see whether you could be returned since the first one didn't take, which I just thought was great. He's like, hey, he was running his leaf blower, so I just made him into a vampire. I didn't want the leaf blower. You can hypnotize him to tell him not to, or just tell him not to. No, you're just like, I'm gonna make you my servant now. So stop. But he bites or has him. Fuck. Was it all the young vampire that did it, or because he?
No. It was the guy that was turning Guillermo.
Yeah. But so anyway, they swap their bites and stuff, and I just loved his head pull away. Like, I can't watch. Don't just do it. Just bite me. Just do it. And just carry that through the whole show. I just want to see that over and over again because I think it's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
And then just like immediately just
like, how do you feel? Oh, I feel fine. Nothing to blah. The only thing that's left are his fucking boots.
It was the greatest, goriest. It was like an Evil Dead explosion, like a Sam Raimi Evil Dead explosion.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, little bit more blood, and it would definitely be a Raimi explosion.
Yeah. It was so fucking wonderful. And so we know that, nope, that's not going to happen. And, of course, that's when we saw the bat thing that I referred to in the last episode review, where Guillermo just can't do it. And he can actually go in the sun with no problem. Like, there's literally nothing that is really vampiric about him at all, except his eyes turned when he was first turned.
And his appetite.
And his appetite just got more for meat, but it wasn't like blood though, right?
No, it was just raw meat. So getting that scene of him just demolishing a stack of hamburgers was hilarious.
Yeah. Which I kind of feel like is just this is mean because he's a big guy, but he is a big guy. That's like a normal fucking meal for this kid.
I mean, I've been there. It happens.
And that's
no, you're right, Chris. He hasn't turned sexier yet.
That was so funny too. First of all, I think he's got a very attractive face. Like, he is a handsome human. I'm not. His body type's not my thing, but I think he's funny. He's witty. He's a great looking guy.
Well, outside of the show, like the dude exudes confidence and charisma. Like it definitely makes a huge difference. But
Yeah,
we
for
haven't
sure.
seen that aspect of him yet into this character.
I can't wait.
Mm.
Do you think we're ever going to get it?
I don't know, man. Like I was saying with the last episode, I really think that the reason why he hasn't turned is it's going to be his DNA, and he's just going to like kick it.
Yeah.
Or he's going to find some limbo area like Blade, but a lame Blade. So I don't know.
It'd be great if that's what they refer to him as.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially
The
because
lame Blade.
Blade is canonical in this show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I forgot about that.
That would be hilarious.
When the
Especially
Vampire
if
Council met.
Blade just fucking shows up. Or not Blade, sorry, Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
But yeah, God, that'd be so good.
That would be amazing. Oh man, I love that so much. And then of course, Laszlo confronts Guillermo about it, and Guillermo just spills the beans about what happened. And he's like, all right, I think I can convince Nandor to bite you and do it all again. He's like, I don't think that's gonna work. And Laszlo's thinking, oh, you don't think my idea is gonna work? Well, fuck you. You're fucked.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, go fuck yourself.
So then we
Well,
gotta
then
go.
the whole like him spilling the beans, it's like it was just of no consequence what Laszlo was thinking. He's like, oh, well, fuck, I don't know. You're hiding something from us. Whatever.
Yeah. I was gonna tell you to stop eating those breakfast burritos.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I thought you were gassy. That's what it was, or something. Yeah. God, that was just so fucking
I
funny.
just want to hear him talk. I just want Matt Berry in my life
Yeah, 100%.
just to narrate. You know how like those old movies always had like a Stephen King movie has a great narration over everything.
Mhm.
I want Matt Berry to narrate my life.
Yeah.
It'd be so much better than it actually is.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
then he stuck his wiener in a vacuum machine.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I was
It
curious.
couldn't be Matt Berry. It would have to be Matt Berry as Laszlo.
Yeah.
Because then it just draws everything out. Like it's more
This is random emphasis.
using English as a different language, where
Yeah.
different languages are just like descriptive, like Spanish, like Navajo, where you're not saying a name of something, the name is essentially just describing it.
Mhm.
So yeah, that'd be fucking
I love
hilarious.
it so much. I just love it. And let's go back to Nadja and the guy.
Oh my god, this is the best goddamn part. Like this is an excellent B story.
God damn.
Just
that's
the
great.
crying and crying and crying, and the guide being like, "Not even one friend." It's like, no. So then, she's sitting there going through her shit and comes across this random picture, and she's like, could this be what your curse is? Oh, yeah, because that's what it was.
Curses are bullshit.
She was like, yeah, I'm cursed. She's like, no, curses aren't. Yeah, whatever. It's a hex. Brings all her shit to figure out what's hexed her.
Divining sticks,
Yeah.
divining rods, or whatever they're called. Fucking great.
That was hilarious, especially because it's like she knows it's bullshit. Nadja knows it's bullshit, but she has to keep going, and then just chucks him at the end.
I loved it so much. She was trying to burn that fucking picture, that old picture of this old crone lady. She's like, this woman was from my village or something.
Mhm.
I don't even
Yeah, it
remember
was
what
a
it
joke
said
at
she
first.
did about her, right? Did it say how she got hexed? She was just rude to
Oh,
her?
just because of how she treats people.
No, yeah. All right, well,
And she's like, what? Me?
yeah.
Like, yeah, no, she's a fucking angel.
And Colin Robinson tells her about her own little town. I can't remember the name of it now.
Antipexo?
Antipaxos.
There we go.
Antipaxos. Which sent me and my wife on a wild goose chase trying to figure out where that was. We're all like on our phone, like, where's Antipaxos? Turns out it's just right next to Italy.
I was gonna say that seems like something that would be right in between Greece and Italy,
Yeah, and
especially
it is.
because she's Greek.
Yeah. Which, of course, but I was just in my head, is it like Nandor's El Canadar? Where it's just this made up fucking country that maybe used to exist in his, world, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I thought that might have been it. But no, it's real. Anyway, there's a little version of it, and they go down to it, and I love how she just takes the tiniest little nibble of this meat on a stick and just... It's like, it's so worth it. You could probably sell this still.
So good. You could still sell it.
And they go in that stupid diner, and the guide the whole time is just like, oh, what are they saying? What's funny? You wouldn't understand. It's very funny, but you're too stupid to get this. And the whole time they find out, oh, it meant I'm going to turn a new leaf because it meant I have to do a good deed and just be nice to people. And the whole time she's doing nothing but the opposite to the guide, even after she says she's going to turn a new leaf. God damn, Nadja's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love her so much. I want to love her so much. I think it would
Same,
be...
I'll even take the doll.
It'd be a really good time. God damn. We'll have to take turns. We'll tag team in and out between the two of them. It would be a good time. It would be a good night.
It would. Yeah, it'd be fun.
But yeah, so I mean, like, just the dynamic between Nadja and the guide is so hilarious. I hope they keep it going because it'd be really, really fun. And then they see, of course, Laszlo and Nandor coming in with the military, with all the cops.
Best fucking entrance, especially because he's like, Nandor's just outside of the tank, all like Jesus up on the hill. It's like, yes.
It reminds me of George Bush or something. It was like, mission accomplished.
Yeah, right.
In some tank. Like, they used to do these political... Like, I don't even remember I don't know if any of you guys remember like Dukakis and Bush. Like, there was like these political campaign ads that they would put on way back in the day. Dukakis literally did one where he was sitting in the outside of a tank as he was rolling through, and that was part of him showing that he would be a good commander in chief. Ridiculous. I mean, it's what people do. You know, just you get Republicans shooting their guns, and that's like their manly thing. That's what he was doing. And so when I saw Nandor, I was just like, Dukakis.
That's
like, this is a political campaign ad or something. It was just so funny seeing him roll in. Definitely a very, like, George W. Bush thing to do. Just stupid is as stupid does type thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And then just like Eddie's, as he's coming around to see everyone. I don't know, man. I think this episode was just fucking straight up badass with a great ending. Well, you're fucked. And it cuts to credits immediately.
Yeah, I mean, that was the only way to end it.
So fucking beautiful. What was your favorite part of this episode?
Oh my God. That's a hard one. I mean, I can't really nail down like one single aspect that was the best, but just the whole Nandor and Laszlo story arc before they go to jail. I mean, afterwards is hilarious as well, but the whole like, we're getting out of this. Let's go. And then they roll up in the fucking cop car. Like, just that whole scene is just gold.
I feel like that guy's night out is what I always reflect on Man Camp as being. But when you're in Man Camp, it's just you sitting around sweating, bored as fuck. Like, that's kind of what Man Camp actually is. But in my head after, I'm just like, we had such a good time. We did so many crazy things.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's about it.
New narrative, Man Camp. All right, so then, my favorite part was definitely that Man Camp part. It was the crazy $8 bottle of wine with ice in it, because that's what they do in France. So
fuck yeah,
we just have to. We did a winery one tour for Man Camp, just so people know how.
God, that shit was glorious.
We
were
should
fucking
have done
super
ice in that.
Oh my God. I think that lady would have beat the fuck out of us, man.
She would have sicked the bees on us.
Yeah, probably. Instead of protecting everybody, she would have just fucking grabbed that hive with her bare hands and they're like, fuck you, pussies. Wah!
Get out of my winery, you pretenders. Yeah, did you have a
I'm calling the ghost that lives underneath the house.
We do have a good time. I mean, it is fun.
It's a great fucking time. I still tell that story quite often about us being fucked up at 3 a.m. trying to fight a ghost with fireplace pokers and shit.
It was real damage.
And then it was just a fucking mouse.
A stinking mouse that we couldn't even catch.
Nope.
What is Man Camp? That is a bottle that we cannot open in this episode.
No. That is no.
So the least favorite part, did you have one?
No, not really. Like, everything about this episode was just great. Yeah. Start to finish.
Yeah, any reservation that I was starting to have from the first one was washed away in this one. It was just great. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I also love the idea that they're like, we've never literally seen you ever drink anything. Why? That's weird. Why is that? And he's like, I do drink things, red things,
Right.
but it is not wine. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, and then I just love Laszlo covering his ass. Yeah, we pregame. That's why. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I got you.
Like, oh, we get pregame. We understand that. Yeah, so I thought this was just brilliant. So, of course, ratings.
Yeah, 5,
ratings,
obviously.
Of course.
5 out of 5.
They really have to shit the bed for this to drop down.
They have shit the bed, and it's still 5 out of fucking
It's just
5.
fun. Like, it's just a good goddamn time. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about with this episode?
No, we got it.
I can't wait to find out how Laszlo is going to mentor Guillermo into, like, I don't know, making his inner vampire come out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because ultimately that has to be Guillermo's arc this season, and trying to figure out how to not have Laszlo fucking kill him, or not Laszlo, Nandor kill him.
Kills us, yeah.
Because it's like, I honestly, it was, I mean, I knew it wouldn't happen, but there was that one little teensy bit that where, like, because of how offended all of them were, that because he spilled the beans to Laszlo was just going to take a quick swipe of his throat, walk off like it wasn't shit.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Mm.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
I would have cried. Like, what? No!
Yeah.
Gizmo! Yeah, it would have been sad. All right. Anything else?
No.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate your time and attention. This is, of course, the conclusion of our episode review of What We Do in the Shadows. Tune in next week to see what other vampire hijinks ensue. And perhaps more Man Camp bits will be spilling.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's
Maybe
leading
not.
up to Man Camp, so probably.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's going to be a good time. All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, remember the evil spelled backwards is live, so get out there and be evil.
Yeah.
Like the fluids of the devil.
Stuff.
Evil stuff. And put ice in your $8 bottle of wine.
Absolutely. That's how they do it in France.